Hi students, welcome to class today. Sorry I cannot be with you, but I'm sure that you guys are listening to the sub and you are doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. What you're going to be doing today is you're going to be using the yellow sheet that is currently in front of you. And in just a second, I'm going to have you pause the video real quick, and I want you to log into your Google Drive. When you log into your Google Drive, what you're going to be looking for is you're going to be looking for an assignment that says, it's going to be your last name and your first name, and then it's going to say, like on my screen right here, copy of Milestone 1 students. And what it is it's the Nutrition Project Milestone 1 when you open it up. So I want you to pause the video right now and then load this. Once you've loaded this, I want you to unpause the video and watch the rest of it. What you're going to be doing today is you're going to be using the yellow sheet where you've tracked 2 days worth of food, and you're going to be putting this into an electronic form and then answering some questions at the end of it based off of your results. So what you would do is, let's say if I had this filled out for breakfast and I had 2 eggs and 1 cup of coffee and 1 teaspoon of creamer is what I put in there. Okay, now I put mine 2 eggs, 1 cup of coffee, 1 teaspoon of creamer. Some of you might have put over here, you might have put, this is where you would have put 2 and 1. Okay, no matter where you put it, just make sure you have a portion size because that's going to be what you're going to track. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to choose one of these. If it was me, the easier of the two is the USDA Super Tracker, but there is also a MyFitnessPal. And MyFitnessPal is something that you could continue on outside of today and use it on your phone. There is an app for it. So either one are acceptable, but I'm going to show you today how to use the USDA one. So what you would do is you would click on the link and you'd go to the Super Tracker. When the Super Tracker loads, what you're going to do is you are going to see this right here. And some of you can begin right away and you can track your food. If you know you're going to get this done today, I would suggest doing it that route. If you know that you might not get it done today or you want to come back because you want to continue to track your food, you can create a profile. And for most of you, this is probably what I'd recommend. So when you create a profile, you click on Create a Profile, and you're going to enter all your information in here. When it comes down to register to save your profile, I want you to use your username just like you would log on the computer, your password just like you'd log on the computer. When it comes to password hit, that's totally up to you. And when it comes to email, use your Google email, your student Google email for this question right here. And then what you would do is you'd hit submit and it would save it for you. That is what I'd recommend for most of you. So that way if you if the bell rings and you're only halfway through day 2, or you want to continue on with this, or you know you're not going to finish this, make sure that you create a profile to save. For those of you that are not going to, what you do is you go to Food Tracker. And when you get to Food Tracker, you can see it's going to have a whole bunch of different things. But over here on the left-hand side, you can search all foods and just type it in. So I'm going to type in my eggs, and I'm going to hit go, or they're going to pop up. And then I go through and I choose the best one. You might not get exactly what you had, but I want you to get the best thing that, or the closest to what you think you had to eat. So I had eggs fried, no fat added. And what I would do now is so I waited just a second. Now I'm going to, so I had 2 large eggs, and I had this for breakfast. Okay, so then what it did is so I'm going to go to add. After I add it, it's going to take just a second. And now notice over here, it has 2 fried eggs. There's 143 calories and 38 empty calories. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my screen right here, and I'm going to type in I'm going to type in 143 calories, and I'm going to put in parentheses 39 empty calories. What 39 empty calories is that means of the 143, 39 of them are really not doing much for me. They're there, giving me just a very much of energy, but they just kind of add to me. This is where if you get a bunch of empty calories, that's where fat comes from, and you develop more from that. So then I'm going to go back to my food tracker, and now I'm going to search for coffee. When coffee comes up, I'm going to say, oh, I had coffee brewed regular. And then I'm going to, well, I had 2 mugs this day, and I had it for breakfast. Make sure I check the date. And then I'm going to click add. Same thing for coffee now. Now I'm going to go through, I'm going to see, oh, there's 5 calories and 0 empty calories. So I'm going to go back here to my coffee, try to line it up as best as possible. And I had 5 calories. And I know I said I had 2 actually, or 1, but I actually had 2. So then I'm going to go to creamer, and I'm going to look for coffee creamer. And I have all these options. Mine was flavored liquid. And so I'm going to go, and now this is where I've got to choose. Okay, well, they didn't have, okay, well, tablespoon's the closest to what I can get. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to, I had this for breakfast, so I'm going to add here. So now it's going to give me all this information. And you can see over here, if I make my screen a little bit bigger, you can see over here empty calories, okay, in total. Now this is going to adjust if you put information in about you, if you put your specific age, your weight, your height, you put all that in, this is going to give you better information. Okay? But because I haven't logged in or created anything, then it's not as accurate. It's just giving me an average of 2,000 calories. And notice it's tracking my oils, my saturated fat, my sodium. When I'm done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll all the way down. So I've done both days. Make sure you go through both days. And that's why I would recommend logging in as someone. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go down here and you're going to answer these questions right here. Okay. And these questions, make sure you go in depth, make sure you use specific information from above, and if no information from above is required, make sure you're honest with this. This is more for you, but it's a reflection of what you ate. And we will be using this throughout the whole nutrition unit. I hope these directions helped. If you have any other questions, you can ask the sub, or you could go over and ask Mr. Delger or Miss Cleveland for directions. Please. And if you have any questions outside of class, you're more than welcome to email me. Thank you.